morning, everyone. Welcome to the Buzz on 103.5 FM. My name is Temitope Dada, and I'm here once again this morning to read out to you trending news that we have on social media. So, yes, this is the Buzz where I read out to you trending news, like we get you informed of what's going on in the social space from Facebook to Instagram to Twitter. And besides that, you get to give your own comments, your own view on whatever is trending, whatever news is trending. And yes, we would appreciate you do that by giving your comments on our Facebook page on 103.5 FM. And I'll be reading out your comments here for everybody to hear because we believe your voice matters as a citizen of Nigeria. Alright, so the first trending news I have here this morning is a sort of political news, and it's coming from the police PRO, our very own Miwa Adejobi, as he calls for the arrest of a popular skit maker over extreme pranks. Alright, so a report says the Nigerian Police Public Relations Officer Olumiwa Adejobi has reacted to the prank video of the popular skit maker Trinity Guy. Alright, so Trinity Guy's skit has been trending online. It was posted on his Instagram page, and Olumiwa Adejobi has said, look, this is too risky. He actually posted on his Twitter page that is saying this doesn't make any sense. I think the guy should have been arrested. Those individuals who feel the heat and fear of the pranks should be reporting the pranksters, as many of their pranks are criminal, immoral and evil. These women have a good case against him. So that's coming from Nigerian Police PRO in person of Adejobi Miwa saying, look, we have to arrest the skit maker. And several Nigerians have given their reactions towards that. Princess Bola says on Instagram, nice move. His prank is always dangerous. I've said it several times that I would definitely get him arrested any day he tried such with me. You never consider people's state of mind or their health conditions before doing that. And also, Bishi_Kwemi says, seriously, some of these pranksters need to know their limits. Some people are battling underlying health issues, and your prank on them might just worsen their situation. Your views and social media rantings at the expense of someone's health is not good. Alright, so that's the trending news coming from Nigerian Police Force PRO Olumiwa Adejobi saying, look, we have to arrest Trinity Guy for his pranks. His pranks are always very dangerous. So what do you think about this? Kindly give us your comment on our Facebook page. Another trending news in the nation this morning has been trending in the past 14 to 15 hours. It's coming from our very own President Tinubu, as he approves dissolution of boards of federal government parastatals, agencies, institutions, and government-owned companies. Yes, this news actually came out yesterday, and so many Nigerians are wondering, okay, so well. And also, the news also came out that our president has removed all service chiefs and appointed new ones. And yes, so many questions from Nigerians and so many comments from several people as to, oh wow, what a great move. And yes, several comments. So what do you think about this? Ato on this news says, no Igbo man, no Bini name, no Ijo name, no Irobo. Okay, one Nigeria. All right. It says one Nigeria is a scam. I think that's on a light note. Tony says the hatred against BAT by the IPOP guys is too extreme. He can't take risk of making one of them service chiefs, except he wants another coup. Alright, another comment on the issue of retirement of all service chiefs and advisors. Nisgram says, I am Delta Igbo, but let's try change our mindset. The service chiefs are okay. It's very tribalistic. Don't cry here. In the whole of Southeast, it didn't get 3% vote. We believe PO is a better candidate. Alright, I would leave that comment. And Jay says, Hausa and Yoruba appointment. One Nigeria indeed. Alright, what do you think about appointment and removal of our service chiefs and appointment of the new ones, as reported yesterday by our very own president, and dissolution of all boards of Abdullah's dissolution of boards of federal government parastatals, agencies and institutions by the president. So what do you think about this story? VJ says, since this administration started, I don't understand English again. My good people. Okay. And Young Utak says, all this thing is a way this man they do vex some certain Nigerians. They are waiting for him to fail when their presidential candidate will come and shout production. Then they will begin to rain curses on our dear nation. And lastly on this story, Laughing Lagos says, big English administration, even if you don't benefit anything from this government, you must benefit knowledge. Alright, so those are comments from Nigerians in respect to the president's move on appointment and retirement of service chiefs and reappointment of new ones in the country. Another trending news I have is coming from the police, yes, and it's coming from Lagos State Police PRO Ben Udeyi, as it breaks his silence over a report of policemen harassing a man over phone search. Yes, there was a news some time ago, I think some weeks ago, about policemen in Lagos State harassing a man in Lagos State over phone search. And yes, the PRO has now come out to give his comment about this issue, and he actually posted this on his Twitter page. He said, "Your narrative is wrong and misleading. It is a fact that Ishashi is one of the hoods of cultism in Lagos State. It is equally a known fact that these cultists engage in heavy drug abuse. So doing a random search of 3 young men moving together and finding hard drugs on them would definitely call for a closer look." Alright, he went on and on to explain some other things. That's that of the comment coming from Lagos State PRO Ben Udeyi. And in response to what Ben posted on his Twitter page, BT Audio says, biggest gang in Nigeria is not cultists, it's police. Oh. Antonia says, I really don't know how Nigerian police do things. Must you rough handle someone? And Lady Aoda says, Mr. Ben, I can boldly tell you that this is a lie. The policemen at Ojo LGA are hoodlums. Do something about them. And lastly, Rashid says, you don't even know who to believe anymore. I've seen situations of someone being falsely accused of cultism by the Nigerian police years ago. Regardless of how you want to qualify these barbaric actions of these policemen forced in the video, it's unjustifiable. Police do set people up on numerous occasions and numerous cases of that. We've seen people who were sent to jail by your men over false accusations. Alright, so those are comments from Nigerians in response to the trending video that trended a while ago, some weeks ago, about policemen harassing a man over phone search in Lagos State. Alright, so let us know what you think about this trending issue by giving your comment on our Facebook page. Another trending news I have here, alright, is just a declaration coming from the Sultan of Sokoto, as it says, look, I'm declaring June 28th as my own Eid-ul-Adha. Okay, alright, sorry about that. The Sultan of Sokoto and President of Nigerian Supreme Council Islamic Affairs has declared June 28th as a holiday in Sokoto State as their own Salah. He has declared this, and yes, there have been several rumors as regards what the exact dates should be. Alright, so that's that coming from Sultan of Sokoto. Another trending news I have here that has been trending since yesterday for the past 24 hours is coming from EFCC, and as they reportedly withdraw case against ex-NSA DG Director General over the $43 million found in his Ikoyi building. So EFCC has terminated the money laundering case filed against IOK, former Director General of the National Intelligence Agency, over the discovery of $43 billion, 27,000 euros and 23 million in an Ikoyi flat. And this was actually during the administration of the immediate past President Buhari. So the case has actually been dismissed. And in respect to this story, Spicalo says, has any politician ever faced persecution and served a full prison sentence as a result of the efforts of the EFCC? Alright, Blessing also comments on this story by saying, so your number one man removed EFCC boss and installed one of his minions. Then few days after that, a fraud case of millions of dollars was suddenly swept under the carpet. Nigeria don't enter. Okay, I would leave that. And lastly on this story, Chiweya says the high rate of corruption is the main reason why Nigeria is not advancing. Look at what other countries have built for themselves and still building. One would want to shed tears for our dear country, Nigeria. After 6 decades of selling crude oil, and there is absolutely nothing tangible to show for it except penury, while the leaders live in opulence and abundance. So that's a comment from a Nigerian in respect to EFCC's withdrawal of the case against IOK over the $43 million found in the Ikoyi building. So what do you think about this trending news? Alright, another very interesting story that has been trending since yesterday is coming from the entertainment industry, and it's the story surrounding Sarkodie, Vonnie Nelson, Tonto DK, and it's really been trending on Instagram and Twitter. And the first thing I have here this morning is coming from Sarkodie, as she says, from Vonnie Nelson, as she says, look, Sarkodie impregnated me and refused to accept responsibility. And this was actually revealed in her memoir, the book she released a while ago. And there have been several posts, there have been several comments from Nigerians in respect to this. So she actually wrote in her book that, look, Sarkodie impregnated me. This is coming from the Ghanaian actress to Nigerians in her book that she wrote, and it's actually been trending on Instagram. And also there's an update to that story, as fans of Sarkodie actually dug up videos whereby Sarkodie really said that, look, actress Vonnie Nelson is my type. This he actually said in an interview. So it actually affirmed and made fans know that, look, there was actually something that went on between Sarkodie and Vonnie Nelson. And there have been several comments, and there have been updates into on this story. Also, Vonnie Nelson in her text, in her memoir, I Am Not Vonnie Nelson, also made it known that, look, Inyanya cheated on me with Tonto DK. She also revealed that relationship with Inyanya, saying, look, Inyanya cheated on me with Tonto DK. And there have been several reactions from Inyanya, Tonto DK, and their fans also. And also, Inyanya has also reacted to Vonnie Nelson's revealing of he cheating on her with Tonto DK by posting on his Twitter page. Isn't this too much information? Is this also in the book? That's coming from Inyanya. And so many Nigerians have actually brought out videos of actress Tonto DK speaking on her relationship with Inyanya, actually affirming what Vonnie Nelson says. So there have been several back and off on this story from the memoir of Vonnie Nelson, as she also reveals a personal life with her mother and someone she took to be her supposed father, which she later discovers is actually not a father. So I'll be taking some comments in respect to this story when we're back from this commercial break. Kindly stay tuned. When I'm back, I'll continue to take comments from Nigeria in respect to this story.
103.5 FM. Oh la la. Have you been to a top-notch hotel in Ibadan? A one-stop at Hotel The Field in Bodija. It is an experience you don't want to miss. The aesthetic edifice is laced with 24 hours electricity supply, AC tight rooms, serene environment, courteous staff, and all comfort you can ever think of. Don't go too far. Sample our services. We have superior bed space, executive bed space, deluxe, studio, big space for all occasions, with all the comforts you can ever think of within and outside the country, Nigeria. Visit number 1B, Ululunge Street, Salami Estate, Bodija, Ibadan, or call 08033-950-705. Hotel The Field, one stop for comfort.
Association of Nigerian Broadcasters. We are the voice of listening.
Association of Nigerian Broadcasters, AMBROAD, is an association of professional broadcasters. You too should join us to take the profession to greater heights. It will also make you known as an excellent and accomplished broadcaster.
Association of Nigerian Broadcasters, AMBROAD, we are the voice of listening.
AMBROAD, we are the voice of reasoning.
103.5 FM.
Thank you for staying tuned. This is still the Buzz on 103.5 FM, where we read out to you trending news on social media. Yeah, so before we went for the short commercial break, I was reading out the news of Vonne Nelson, Sarkodie, Tonto Dike, and all that had been going on between them. And yes, I'll be taking some comments from some Nigerians in respect to the issue going on between Vonne Nelson, Inyanya, Tonto Dike, and Sarkodie. Yes, there have been several comments from their fans in respect to this story. Okay. Stephanie says Nyanya was really an idon. Thankfully, he didn't birth kids everywhere. Okay, so that's affirming that look, Nyanya actually had a relationship with Vonne Nelson. And I Am Shella says he didn't pick her cause she's his type. He said, I know her. He had an encounter with her and he didn't know the other girl. We should try and listen more. Alright. That's in response to the video of trending video of Sarkodie saying that look, actress Vonne Nelson is my type. And Rashid says, I used to wonder how most beautiful women always chooses the wrong partner. Oh no. Alright, and lastly on this part of the story, Nos Vibe says, may we not bring our family problems to social media. Alright, another comment coming from a fan in respect to the story. Wumi says, why she used their government name? They can sue for defamation. Alright, this is to Vonne Nelson. People are asking, why do you have to use their actual names in your text, in your memoir? She could be sued for defamation. And yes, also Inyanya posted on his Twitter page. It says, so Vonne Nelson said I cheated on her with Tonto Dike. Oh wow, I'll respond to this later. I no go write book, but make Tonto no catch you. My hand no day. Tonto Dike is typing. Vonne Nelson, get ready. So that's the comment coming from Inyanya himself in respect to the trending news of he coming from Vonne Nelson that saying that he cheated on her. And yes, there have been several comments from several Nigerians. Also, there's been a trending video, a video that was dug up of Tonto Dike saying that look, I'm in a relationship with Inyanya. And there have been several back and forth on this same story that has been going on. Alright, we'll leave that currently. So if you have any comments on this, let us know what you think about their issue. Another trending story I have here that would interest you is coming from the political scene. ASU wants President Tinubu saying, look, people in other countries who took student loans are ending it all. Alright, so ASU has again warned President Bola Tinubu-led administration over the proposed student loans, saying beneficiaries of such initiative in other countries were ending it all as a result of debt. So the union has asked President Tinubu to change the newly assented Student Loan Act to grants for poor students. And this is coming from ASU's national president, Professor Emmanuel Osodeke, given the advice on a television interview he had on Sunday. He has advised the government to make it a grant for poor students. And yes, in respect to this story, Tosin on Instagram says, I feel Nigerians need more jobs than student loans. There are too many graduates on the streets that are unemployed already. And Sir LT also says, access to education should not be determined by financial means. We need more affordable tuition options and increase financial aid to elevate the burden of student loans. Abroad students can work as they study and assist themselves, but there are no jobs in Nigeria. And Akeyemi also says, students who also can't pay their fees and eat well are also ending it all. This man should shut up. Okay, the advantages of this bill is much more than the disadvantages. Okay, the students' bodies are also concerned about their personal gains and not the welfare of these kids. So that's still on the comments coming from ASU presidents warning the administration, the current presidential administration, saying, look, people in other countries who took student loans end it all. And lastly on the story, Skill Tutru says if only the number of religious centers could be converted to industries. Alright, I'll leave that comment. And Robbie on Twitter says, I'm skeptical about the student loan stuff, Sha. Nigerians need access to jobs, not loans. Loans hardly work here. That's why credit cards don't work in Nigeria. If we can't redeem loans taken from other small loan apps, how much more student loans? Loan apps that will be sending text that your contact is owing them. They even do obituaries. Alright, so that's the trending news coming from ASU as the one President Tinubu's administration said, please kindly look into this. So what do you think about this news? Kindly give your comment on our Facebook page on 103.5 FM. Another trending news I have here came out this morning, and it's coming from the Federal Inland Revenue Service, saying prices of diesel would rise soon as customs begins charging 7.5% VAT on diesel import. So it's coming is a directive of the Federal Inland Revenue Services to the Nigerian Customs Service, saying that look, you have to begin to charge 7.5% VAT on diesel import, and it's a news that so many Nigerians have reacted to. Korede says, in all of these policies, I haven't seen just a single one that favors the citizens. Subsidy removal, FX equalization, electricity tariff, sacking of this and that. Nothing supports the immediate needs and yearnings of the common man. Let nobody tell me it's for the future, because many may not survive the current times to see that future. The government should learn to always make short-term and long-term plans for its people. The suffering and deprivation are just too much. Alright, so that's a comment from a Nigerian on Instagram about the prices of petrol and diesel to rise as customs begins charging 7.5% VAT on diesel imports. So what do you think about this news coming from the federal government? And lastly on this story, Wendy on Instagram says, do these people think everyone here in this country earns 500k? Everything are increasing, but minimum wage isn't. Does it make sense? Alright, so that's also from a citizen of Nigeria. And lastly today, and another trending news that we have here, okay, it's a kind of clamor, and it's coming from late Deborah's family, Deborah Samuel, that was actually killed last year. Deborah Samuel's family has called out to Nigerians saying, look, life has been hell since Apostle Chibuzo relocated to Port Harcourt. So Apostle Chibuzo was the one who took it up upon himself to take care of the family of the late Deborah, and they've come out to say, look, he said he was going to do this for us, but it actually hasn't been done. And so according to Foundation for Investigative Journalism, who recently visited Deborah's family in Port Harcourt, they found that the reverse was the case. In a detailed report, FIG spoke with Deborah's parents and learned that the apartment was not free of charge. So in a way, news has come out that look, what Apostle Chibuzo actually said he was going to do for them was not what he did for them. So I'll take a comment on this story. Joy says, what's happening? The problem with help is that it creates dependency, and with dependency comes ingratitude and dissatisfaction. Help is not meant to be sufficient. Help is to assist you to stand on your own, but many use help to stand and survive on for life. Alright, so that's that about the trending news coming from Deborah's parents and family. So this is where we'll be drawing the curtain today on the bus. So kindly let us know what you think about all of this trending news by giving your comments on our Facebook page on 103.5 FM. My name is Temitope Dada, and I'll be here tomorrow once again to read out to you trending news in our social space. Bye.